Hello everyone, in this video I will go over my solution to the problem named Festival taken from yesterday's Kickstart competition. This is the second problem, and this problem is an excellent problem which teaches us how to use multi-set data structure efficiently and in a greedy problem or in a greedy environment. So let's try to solve this problem using a multi-set data structure and some greedy logic. So in this problem we are basically given a festival that will last for D days numbered from 1 to D, and there are n events happening at the festival. The ith event has a happiness rating of HI and will be available from days SI to EI, both inclusive, and we need to choose a particular day in which we will attend the festival, and on that day we'll choose the k best events which happen, and our happiness will be the sum of those k best events. So we need to find the maximum possible happiness which we can get for that particular day. So for example, in the first example we have 4 events. There are 10 days and we can choose up to 2 events, 2 attractions to take place, and we'll choose the day 6 because on day 6 we'll get to visit 1500 and we'll also get to visit 800. So we get to visit the 2 best, and that's why 2300 is the best possible value. And in the second example, the festival lasts for 5 days and these are the 3 events. So we'll choose day number 3 because on day number 3 you can see that we visit 400 and we visit 300. So 400 and 300. So 700 is the maximum total happiness which we can get, because we can't visit the second festival at any time, because if we went to visit day 5 then we would visit only 500 and the output would only be 500. So 700 is a better total happiness. So that's why the answer is 700. And the key observation required to solve this problem is that when we pick a particular day I to visit, then we know that we will be able to visit all those events which happen on day I, and we'll choose the k best of those events which happen on day I. So that's the key idea, that's the greedy logic, that should be obvious. And since we choose the best key elements, we need an efficient way to be able to track those key elements which we are going to visit on day I. So we are obviously going to iterate over all the days and we need to keep track of the key elements. So let's use one multiset to keep track of those key elements, and in the second multiset we'll store the remaining elements or the remaining events which happen on day I. So I'll illustrate this with the help of an example. So using the first example, I just sorted the days. So the index 0 is basically the event number 0. It happens from days 2 to 8 and it has a happiness level of 800. Similarly, event number 3 happens from days 3 to 5 and has a happiness of 400, and the remaining 2 values are the same. So let's simulate the process which I was just saying. So on day 0, the first multiset will tell us that there are no elements to visit, because like none of the events happen on day 0. So both the multisets are empty. Similarly, on day 1 both the multisets are empty. On day 2 the first multiset will store 800, 0, because like that's the only event which happens on day 2, and 800 represents the happiness value of the event and 0 represents the index of the event. And index basically means the position it happens in the array. So that's what I mean by index. Then on third day we add this event also to our set 1, because the maximum possible size of the set is 2. So when the size reaches 2, the third element will be spilled over to the next multiset. So I'll explain this. So as we go forward, day 3 will contain 800, 0, and we'll also add the element 400, 3, because 400, the event with happiness 400 occurs on day 3 and the index is day 3. I mean the index is 3 in the original array. Then for the fourth day, this multiset will remain the same, but we need to insert this extra event. So we need to insert an event with happiness 200 and which occurs on day 4 or with an index of 2. So notice that it's not optimal to insert this. So what we will do is we'll insert this into the multiset, but we'll realize that the multiset has too many elements. We can't visit these 3 events. So if we choose day 4, we can't visit these 3 events. We can only visit the first 2 events. That's why we'll remove the smallest happiness value. So we'll remove 200,2 from the multiset and add it to the next multiset. So we'll add it to another multiset, which is basically the second multiset. So in all these cases, the second multiset is empty, but now the multiset gets filled with the element 200,2. And let's go to the next day. So in the next day, 5. So the next day is 5. So we need to remove this event which occurs. So we actually need to erase the number 400,3 from the multiset. So we erase that and the multiset becomes like this. However, we realize that the size of this multiset is just 1 and the second multiset is non-empty. So what we are going to do is we are going to shift the element from the second multiset to the first multiset. So to do that, we'll just use an erase operation like in the implementation, and we'll get that element to the first multiset. So now the second multiset is empty. Note that this shift operation will happen only if the second multiset is non-empty. So I'll show you in the code how we implement that in a bit. Then on day 6, we have an event with 1500, and so we insert that event with 1500 into the first multiset, but the size of our multiset is too big. So the size of our multiset is actually 3. So we need to remove the smallest element. So to do that, we'll remove 200,2 and we'll move it. So we'll basically move 200,2 to the second multiset. And now you can see that we have 1500 plus 800, which is 2300. Also at each point, we'll maintain the sum of elements of the first multiset. So in this case, the sum of elements was 800. In this case, the sum of the multiset was 800. In this case, it was 1200. In this case, it was 1200. In this case, it was 1000. And in this case, it's 2300. Then on day 7, we'll remove the element 200 from the multiset. So it's in multiset 2, so we'll remove it from multiset 2. So the 2 multisets are the following. And notice that the first multiset remains the same. Only the second multiset will become empty now. And similarly, you can verify that on day 8, we'll remove this element. And on day 9, we will remove this element also. So so the answer will always remain 2300. So in this case, the sum of elements in the first multiset will actually become only 1500, and in this case it will become 0 because we have removed 800 and then we have removed 1500. So so this is the process which we will simulate, and now I'll show you the code implementing the same idea. So in the code, I taken the value of t, which is the number of test cases. For each test case, I taken the value of d and n k, which is the number of days, and the number of events and the maximum possible number of events we can visit on a particular day. Then I maintain the happiness of each event, and I maintain the start and end points of each event. So basically, start of I stores all j such that s of j is equal to I. So basically this means that start of I will store all those indices at which the events start. So this way we can, so for example, if we have day number 4, then we know that this event with happiness 200 starts on day number 4. We'll basically store that index 2 starts on day number 4, and we're going to use this to insert it into a multiset. So that's the utility of start. And end similarly stores all the positions at which the event ends. So it stores all j such that the ending value of j is the day I. So notice that j is an index, so it stores all indices j such that event j ends at day I, and similarly start of I stores all indices j such that event j starts at I. So that should make you understand it better. And now for each value of I going from 0 to n, we taken the value of hi, s and e, and for the starting, for all those events which start at s, we also insert I, and for all those events which end at e, we also push back I, and we maintain the happiness value of I is hi. Then we will maintain two multisets S1 and S2. The first multiset stores only the best k events which occur on the current day, and the second multiset stores all the remaining events which occur on the current day. And we maintain the variable sum, which represents the sum of all the happiness values of events which occur on the current day. And basically it also represents the sum of the highest key events which occur on day I, and I is in the loop going from 1 to d. So we are iterating over all days from 1 to d. Then for each j, for each index j, or basically for each event j which starts on day I, we will insert it into the first multiset like I just said. So we'll initially insert 200 into the first multiset, but we'll remove it from the first multiset if it's greater than k, if the size is greater than k. So for example, so basically we'll insert it into the first multiset, we'll increase the sum by the happiness value of the jth event. Then if the size of the first multiset is greater than k, we'll basically shift it to the second multiset. So to perform the shift operation from the first multiset to the second multiset, we decrease the sum of the events in the first multiset by the value 8.first, and we'll erase it from the first multiset and we'll insert it into the second multiset. Then we'll update the answer to be the maximum of answer comma sum, because the answer is just the maximum sum of happiness values of the k events which we attend on the current day. So that's why you update answer is maximum of answer comma sum. And then for each event which ends on day I, if this event occurs in the first multiset, we'll erase it from the first multiset, update the sum by decreasing it by the happiness value of the jth event, and we'll move it to multiset 2, or basically we'll move the highest element from multiset 2 to this first multiset. So basically the reason why we do this is because once 400,3 has gone, then on day 4 400,3 ends, or basically on day 5 400,3 ends, and that's why we remove 400,3 and we shift 200,2 to the first multiset. So that's what we are doing, we are erasing the last value. So we take the largest value from the second multiset and shift it to the first multiset. And remember over here we are taking take the smallest value from the first multiset and shift it to the second multiset, because we have too many events to attend, so we remove the smallest event greedily. And over here we shift the largest event because we have removed one event, so we can add back one event. So we add the largest event and we update the sum and we erase it from the second multiset, insert it into the first multiset. And if the current event, so if event j does not occur in the first multiset, then it has to occur in the second multiset. Then it occurs in the second multiset and we remove it from the second multiset in this manner. And again we update answer to be the maximum of answer comma sum, and in the end we just print the answer in the appropriate format, and you can verify that this code does get accepted. So the key learning from this problem was that we could use two multisets to efficiently store which events should occur in each multiset. And basically the first multiset represents the events which we visit, the second multiset represents the events which we can't visit, but we still need to basically store those events so that we can shift it to the first multiset in case the first multiset has less than k events. So that's the key learning from this problem. So I hope you like this problem and my solution. If you had any doubts, do leave them in the comments down below. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Thank you.